We are here in Copenhagen following the annual Congress of the European Society for Endocrinology and the Society for Pediatric Endocrinology. And we decided to have a legacy event after this annual Congress that got an audience of almost 8,000 clinicians and professionals. And the purpose of this legacy event is to discuss a part of the chemicals in the environment that have endocrine disruptive properties and what their continued presence in the environment and in our bodies means for public health and why we should be acting now and not waiting for any longer.
Hormones do play so important roles in our body. It regulates so many of our bodily functions. So if you disturb that function or you interfere with that regulation, that can have serious consequences for your health. Policy has usually been quite slow compared to the science, and we need now to take that knowledge and to use it.
It's a shame.
We are a cow grazing association who had cows on a field, and we found out 4 years ago that there was PFAS water on the ground where our cows walked around, and they have been drinking of that water. And I received a call from the department where they check food, and the lady said, "Do not eat your cow. It's polluted. It's so much polluted that it's not suitable for eating, not for humans, and not for animals either."
During development, hormones are very important to create things. So it sort of builds organs, it builds systems. So this is what you're going to bring for the rest of your life as a functional human being it male or female. So if you disrupt the hormones during fetal life, you might have consequences that last a lifetime. The scientific knowledge now is so strong that we need to regulate chemicals in a better way than we have up until now. So I'm hoping this event is also then pushing policymakers to increase the attention they put on this, both regionally but also throughout Europe and maybe even the world.
This conference shows that the endocrine disruptors are a really big challenge that we need to tackle. And I think for us politicians, your scientific advice is particularly important, and actually it would be great if we listened more.
And we have already heard that these threats are linked to reproducible disorders, developmental delays, neurological issues.
Well, I feel very inspired right now about doing something special to solve this problem. And of course, there's already a lot of political action, but I think we can do even more. So I hope that me and my colleagues being here today as well, together we can do something to put even more pressure on the subject from the EU side.
And what you can see here is actually a summary of 6 different European studies covering several thousands of children. We were talking about transgenerational effect of endocrine disruptors, meaning that when we are exposed, the next 4 generations will have effects. So we're too slow, basically. We've already lost several generations. I think, again, the message was repeated again and again, and we had discussions with policymakers too, and the whole community about how to regulate. Because I think one message is also, individually, we cannot limit our exposure sufficiently, so we need regulation in order to reduce exposure.
It was a great opportunity to translate the science from the Congress we had here over the last couple of days. There is a lot to be done. The European Commission is taking this on board. They have promised a review of the legislation by the end of 2025. The critical aspect is that this should be an ambitious legislation that is really protecting European citizens.